Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we arrived in Kilika and things did not quite go the way we wanted them to. Yeah, everything's pretty much in shambles. Anyway, after we spoke with Wakka last time, we realized that now is time to move forward, and the guy who was fixing this is no longer blocking the way. So now we can proceed this way, and head over to the temple, which is through the jungle for some reason. So maybe this is why they don't build in. You think they would just, clear some of the land there, but I guess not. Free healing. Don't think I need it, but
what's up?
It's there.
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Kind of like the player.
Not
the first
a
time
guardian,
around.
then. I just want him nearby.
Oh, look at the romance developing.
What?
After
what do you mean?
one night.
It's just that, well,
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I suppose so.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
He seems
My
confused.
apologies.
And for the first time anyone plays this game, you're probably somewhat also confused. Oh, hi, Kimahri. How's it going? You are very big and very blue. And I don't think you had any reason to be in that cutscene. Okay, first things first. I don't know what it was with the last two episodes, but the audio seemed way off. I didn't change it. It just, for whatever reason, seemed off. So I've readjusted the audio levels again for the third time. So hopefully now it's a little more balanced and it's not super, super loud. Usually what I try and go for is the point where when my voice and the character voices are both talking at the same time, one, usually mine, will play over top of that voice just enough so that you can focus on the one voice. And so hopefully I've gotten it back to that point again. I know the voices in this LP so far have been a lot louder than they typically have been, but this is the first time I've had, I think, full control over the voice audio, separate from the other types of audio, except for maybe, what was the one I never finished? I can't remember. Anyway, Last Remnant, that's the one. Okay, that was the first thing. Second thing, because I forget things a lot, config, Aeons, short. It'll show the full animation the first time, and after that, it'll make things go a lot faster. We don't need to see the full animation every single time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can change the music to the arranged. There you go. Give you a good sound for that one. Actually, you know what? I think I like this version better. For this song, anyway. The arranged version of the soundtrack isn't bad. It really isn't. It's a good soundtrack. There's just a couple songs where I don't think it works as well. Well, we'll leave this on for a little bit. Part of it is because when they adjusted the audio and when they did the rearranging, they remastered it and they made it sound a lot better, so the instruments are more clear and such like that. Here's another one of those random things you can take a look at. Now, this area is somewhat interesting because there are, I believe, 8 items that you can get just by talking to people. That does not include any of the treasure chests. But there will be some battles in here as well. So let's do a little bit of exploring.
Kimahri, why don't you use Lancet on it?
What's a lancet?
Normally, it's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user.
It's a drain attack. We used it
when
before.
Alonso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Ah, blue magic.
Sounds cool.
Let's learn some useless blue magic. The one other thing about Lancet is when Kimahri learns a new Ronso Rage, which is his overdrive, you'll notice his overdrive gauge down at the bottom right of the screen. It'll automatically fill up. And we learn Seed Cannon, which is this one, which he missed. But yeah, so now that we have Kimahri's overdrive, we could waste it in this battle. Though there are a couple other instances I think I might want to use it for. I'm not 100% sure on how I want to handle things upcoming, so I'm not going to waste it right here. So we're just going to fight this this one normally here. Bring in Yuna, make sure everybody gets a little bit of experience. Now, Seed Cannon, it's not a weak attack, but it's not really a strong attack either. This guy is weak to fire, as you can see there. Let's throw a Blitz Ball at him. Why not? And then bring in Lulu. Lulu should probably be able to finish the job here. There we go. But yeah, if you use Seed Cannon on it, I think it does like only like half of its HP, so it doesn't really do a good showing for the overdrive there. But it can be, its power can be increased. So that path that I just missed there on the little mini map there, you'll notice we'll have access to that in a minute. It merges over to this pass. I don't think there's anything over here, in fact. But anyway. Now, there are a couple of things that you could do as far as setting up your party in battle. And I will kind of get into that as we get out of the battle here, where, yeah, they got more HP in normal fights than in regular fights for some reason, or in that one story encounter with the tutorial there. I'm not sure why. Yeah, we'll give you one more hit. And I don't think I've had Yuna in yet.
I'm ready.
And she can just guard. She doesn't need to do anything. But yeah, so the characters that you have in... Burn. The characters you have in your starting party do have a couple of kind of effects on how battles will play out. One, the characters with the most speed have a higher chance of going first, obviously, because they have more speed. They also have a higher chance of a preemptive attack and a lower chance of a back attack. So it's in your best interest, stop that, to use the formation command and put your fastest characters in, which at this point in the game will be Tidus, Yuna, and then Wakka. We'll eventually get someone to replace Wakka for a little bit. I'm probably not going to do this after every single battle because I will forget 99% of the time, but it's in your best interest, battle-wise, to want to do that. So we set that to short. We talked about that. Okay, I got a list of a couple things I wanted to talk about after I edited the last episode there. So, all right. Now, you do want to talk to as many people as possible. Follow the trail. There we go. Get a remedy. Yeah, so this is just a shot. Okay. Well, there's the ambush. And we get a Thunder Spell. Sure. Probably should heal Tidus. And, wow, that's really early to get petrified in this game. He has a chance of doing that, but it's relatively rare this early in the game. So let's end him, and let's get the Asuna spell out.
Light shine strong, our woe be gone.
Let's get rid of that, because don't want that. And now, never mind, I don't have it yet. There are two ways of dealing with the Elemental Fiends now that we have some new party members. In order to go over all of the different things that we can do about it, we need to learn some more stuff on Sphere Grid. So let's just guard for now. Let's see, bring in Kimahri. I won't learn anything from this, but it's not reduced in damage like your physical attacks will be, and the Elemental Fiends, not just the Flans, but these guys as well, will definitely be, you are weak to water.
Anyone thirsty?
It depends, is that water or is that beer? But yeah, it's, I don't know. Before we go into the boss fight, I will, there is a boss fight over to the right there, but I want to go and take a look at a couple things first. This gets me around that, correct? Yes. Okay. So we got one so far. There's 2 items. More new enemies. Because of kind of the rock, paper, scissors aspect to this game, the strategy for a lot of battles is use the character who's appropriate and attack the enemy, and you win. It's not the only way of going about things, though. Now, this is kind of what I was talking about with the faster characters go first. If you look over on the right hand of the screen there, all three of the monsters are going to get to go after Yuna, but if I'd had Yuna, Tidus, and Wakka, at least Yuna and Tidus would go, maybe even Tidus, Yuna, and Wakka would have got a chance to go before the enemies, but because both Kimahri and Lulu are very, very slow, that's not going to happen this time. Now, I could do stuff to avoid taking a bunch of hits, or I could just eat the hits, but I need to build up Valforce Overdrive, so let's do that. I don't have to do it yet, but I'm going to,
Please,
because I
fight
have it
with
here.
us.
And basically what I'll do is I'll use Valfor to hit these guys and overkill them. And if Valfor decides to miss a whole bunch, then you could always just cast a spell. Though a lot of the airborne fiends, the ones with high evasion, they tend to be very kind of strong against magic. In this case, this one's weak to ice, so I could have just used ice to take them down. But I can overkill them this way too, so that's fine. Okay, now Aeons have different abilities. If you hold over to, or press over to the right there, you can shield, which means you will take a lot less damage, like 50% less or more. And your overdrive gauge doesn't charge at all. You can select boost, you take a little bit more damage, but your overdrive gauge goes up faster. I think it's like 30% more damage, somewhere in there and around. But yeah, your overdrive goes up like double, or maybe it's only 50% more, but it's a lot more. Sure, we'll show that off. Now, the thing with Aeons is their overdrives will charge, even if the enemy misses them. You may have noticed that earlier on. And that's a very useful ability for your Aeons, so you can charge their overdrives a lot faster, especially for one later on in the game who has very, very high evasion. Alright, so just use normal attack on you, fire spell on you. Now, summoning an Aeon does count as Yuna's turn for participation credit, so she will get the experience for this fight, so that's good.
I can take care of those alone, huh?
I guess if you're talking about the airborne ones, then yes, but that guy, no,
My
not so
turn
much.
now.
Yeah. And Tidus has got his overdrive back, which is also going to be useful coming up. Alright, so normally when I'm in this area, I would battle around and gain a couple extra levels, maybe 5-6 minutes of extra encounters, but because I did the extra grinding on the ship there against the Sin Spawn, I don't really have to do that. The other thing you should probably do is heal. And since I'm in the menu anyway...
You're not too bad.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, now, there you just saw I probably put that in there. There's random little bits of dialogue that you'll see between specific characters in the fights. I'll probably splice those in if I think about them. Now, I don't think you can talk to these particular guys, and if you go over here, you'll notice, hello, there is a very, very big guy there. Well, yeah, we got this. Let's go take him down. Now, this is an optional boss fight that you can do if you want to. First things first, guard with everybody. So there, we got hit. Now, let's get out of here. I don't know how anyone figured this out, but if you come from the left side, run into the boss, take one hit, then run away, this guy will give you 3 Phoenix Downs. So, that's kind of awesome. Anyway, in this little passage here, we get another item there. Okay, so in that battle, what I did was I grinded up Lulu's overdrive. So I fought in the battle, and what I did... Oops, well, I guess we can save here too, that works. But yeah, I fought in the battle, and as I was in the battle, I would run away with Wakka. I had Wakka, Lulu, and Kimahri in there. Ran away with Wakka, I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And then had just Lulu and Kimahri in there, and then anytime one of them would get petrified, then I'd bring in Yuna to remove it. And just had kind of the focus was to have Lulu continue to be attacked until her overdrive gauge built up, because her overdrive there is something I will want to make use of going forward. So anyway, we did that. We got that item over here. Let's go talk to these guys.
Company, halt!
The fiend before us is Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
How about just kicking his ass? Can I do that?
The Ochu is no garden variety fiend.
Is
We
he
could throw
now?
100 crusaders at it and still lose.
You guys are useless. It takes me 5 characters.
Standing guard, sir.
Okay, so we talked to them. Now, let's get back. We'll probably run into one battle along the way, which I will show off the runaway thing. If you head over to the right there, you just select escape, and you can run away from battle one at a time. Titus's flee ability will allow you to run away
Nothing
all
to
at
fear,
once.
the hero's here!
Let's kill that one. I was going to run away with Titus, but I also want to build his overdrive back up. I used it up in a battle so he could kill another enemy. And Lulu. And throw water at him. I like the fact that the overdrives in this game are similar to the way they were back in Final Fantasy VII. Probably one of the better systems for it than any other, just because it allowed you to hold on to your overdrives, unlike Final Fantasy IX, where they would spring up in random battles and you would never make use of them. But anyway, Sphere Grid. Alright, the rest of this video will be Sphere Grid. We're just going to kind of go over the basics as we've kind of talked about before. As you can see, we're just going to build up the things that we get. Now, like I was saying in past episodes, I'm going to do the vast majority of this stuff off screen, but early on we do kind of need to see how the basics works. The empty nodes do nothing. We use magic nodes to learn magic defense, MP, power nodes get us HP, defense, strength, and agility, or speed spheres give us agility, evasion, and accuracy. There are other things that we need to watch out for. These are ability spheres, silence attack. We need ability sphere to unlock that. And then here is what's known as a lock sphere or a key lock. And the idea behind these is they block you out of going into paths that are much more advanced than your characters would otherwise be able to do. It also is a separate point. Here's level 1 that blocks us away from going into Kimahri's area of the grid. And then down here, there's a level 1 blocking Kimahri from getting into Lulu's part of the grid. So they've done a few things to kind of set people up so that they're going to be one specific class. Kimahri is kind of the exception because he's got the shortest grid. It literally is just a few nodes, and then you get to pick with him which path you want to go on. He can be a fighter like Wakka. He can go the speed route like Titus. He can go up here. He can be a mage like Lulu, or he can be a thief by heading over here. I will talk about what we're going to do with him eventually, but for now we're just going to leave that be. But yeah, so we can use our power spheres to unlock more strength, give us a better chance of overkilling enemies. And we'll make it here. We'll get a little more agility, or a little more accuracy, sorry. And we don't have enough to learn over here. Now, the extract ability is newly added to the HD and international versions of the game from the original. This is the reason why it really doesn't matter for you to farm ability spheres in this version of the game, as well as, the international version, because this ability allows him to one-shot pretty much any enemy that he would normally be able to kill and get ability spheres instead of whatever sphere they would normally drop. So basically, I'm going to get to a point, and I'm going to use this against pretty much every enemy, just so that I can build up enough ability spheres to get past all of the early game lots of abilities set up, and then we'll be able to move on. We probably won't need to do that ever again. So yeah, you want to learn pretty much every node on the grid as you go. Wakka is going to get a lot of strength, a lot of accuracy, and a little bit of magic and a little bit of defense. Lulu is going to get a lot of evasion, MP, magic defense, and magic. She's not going to get a lot of agility. Wakka's going to get a medium amount of agility. Titus gets a whole whack ton of agility. That's kind of his claim to fame there. He's one of the fastest characters. Not the fastest, but one of the fastest. And what else? go. Some mana spheres. Titus also has decent accuracy, though not the best. We do want to get him over to get haste if we can. He gets a little bit of accuracy, as you can see there. Now, any of these nodes can have between 1 and 4 points to any particular stat. The MP ones can either be 20 or 40, and the HP ones can either be 200 or 300. Nope, I forgot something. Want to make sure you pick up this, which is extract speed. We probably won't ever use that, but it's there, so we might as well. There we go. That's another one added to the HD version of the game. Go. So normally by now I probably wouldn't have haste, but it's nice enough that we have it here. So, and there we go. So Yuna gets access to a number of abilities which would have been useful already. The null abilities. Basically what it is you cast it, hits everyone in your party, and will nullify the next attack of a specific element. The reason why I'm not going to do most of the sphere gridding on screen is, as you can see, it's really boring to watch. But yeah, the idea here is we learn these abilities, you cast it in battle, and then say this one's null tied. So anyone who uses a water spell against any of your parties, the first spell they use against them that's water elemental will be completely nullified. So you won't have to take any damage from it. So that's pretty helpful. But other than that, yeah, so basically what I want to do is I want to get a whole bunch of abilities early on here and as much stats as I can to set up for the upcoming boss fight there with the Ochu. Okay, so I want to go here first. I'm going to get all of these things for Kimahri here. And if you try and move backwards on the grid, like say I started here, and it took me 1, 2, 3 points to get over here. Well, I've got 4 left. If I try and backtrack, 1, still 1, still 1. You can move 4 spots on the grid for every 1 sphere level if you've already moved through those nodes once before. I don't think you have to activate them, but you can if you want to. Let's see, we're going to go up here. We get a little more strength for him. That will be helpful. Some more HP. And some more MP. Now, I'm doing Kimahri's grid in a specific order so that I end up down at the bottom for the path that I want him to follow later. So I'm not going to follow Titus's path with him. In my eyes, there's really 2 good options, the Thief route and the Mage route. And we'll get into which one I'm going to choose in a little bit. But yeah, we've done that. We've got everybody all set up. We're going to go back and we're going to save once again. Let's see. Yes, save over that one. And now we have the abilities set up so that we can take on the upcoming boss there. We'll do that next time. I don't think there's anything else in particular. Silence attack works like Dark Attack does, so silence is an enemy for 3 turns. That will be useful coming up. Lulu didn't learn anything. Titus learned haste, which speeds up a character. Haste is really good in this game. You definitely want haste. We will be making use of the null abilities in here as well in the upcoming boss, and Kimahri didn't learn anything particularly useful. But yeah, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. I know we didn't get very far today, oh yeah, I was saying that we get, 8 items from talking to people. It's not from talking to people, it's talking to people and the chests, and there's a few of them that we can't get until afterward. So let's see, we got the Lux Sphere, I believe, the Scout, the High Potion, the Mana Spheres. I haven't got the antidotes yet. There are antidotes around here, or did I get those? Anyway, we will grab whatever's left on in the next episode there. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.